Former Harris County District Attorney continues to be one of the most bitter. District Attorney Devon Anderson is in an ugly fight to stay in office against Democrat Kim Ogg. Ogg took the first shot against Anderson with a campaign ad, putting Anderson under a scathing light after it was revealed she put a mentally ill rape victim in jail for a month to make sure she would complete her testimony. Her testimony did help put convicted rapist Keith Hendricks behind bars, but critics say Anderson should have never allowed a rape victim to be jailed. Now Anderson is under fire for controversial comments about Ogg. Take a listen.
We filed over 116,000 cases last year. That's about how many we file every year. They have a problem with me on one, maybe two cases. When they get a liberal, pro-choice, lesbian district attorney, I wonder how many cases they'll have problems with her.
Those comments were made during an interview with the American Chronicle back on October the 18th. Okay, Anderson's spokesman says voters should listen to the entire podcast because she was answering a question about how conservative pro-life Republicans would feel about Ogg administering justice. So the latest UH poll shows Ogg up with a 7-point lead, which has now grown from a virtual tie just 4 weeks ago. Missing evidence and jailed rape victim ad likely fueled Ogg's campaign, while Anderson argues the race is being bought by billionaire George Soros. Are the comments a low blow, or are they being overblown? And what effect will this have on the presidential race as far as when we watch Harris County? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on Facebook and on Twitter. All you have to do is find us, Fox 26 Houston, and we'll be sharing your comments in just a couple minutes. First, we got to let Chris, Jackie, and of course Mustafa weigh in.
Boy, and if we didn't think the presidential race was bad enough, now we got fisticuffs right here in Harris County to watch. This is turning into quite the race, Jackie. I think if Devon Anderson had have left out the lesbian part of that sentence, nobody would have objected.
Well, I know Devon personally, and she is not bigoted or racist. And the question was comparing conservative values versus other values. And that was her answer. To go on and to move on, this campaign has been very spirited the first time these two ladies ran, and we knew it was going to be the same way again. The fact that Soros is putting in $500,000 into a local race, someone outside of Texas is coming into this race. I think a lot of people need to pay attention to that. Why is he trying to buy this race? And why is he being so involved in this Texas race?
Didn't Devon Anderson recently get an influx of cash herself? Well,
Devon Anderson gets her cash, a majority of her cash, inside the state. Her opponent does not.
What about that? Does Kim Ogg getting money from George Soros make a difference?
Yeah, well, look, according to the poll, Kim's ahead by 7 points, and if you look at the 25% that are undecided, 2/3 of them are Democrats. This race is done. Democrats are likely to carry all races in Harris County. It's going to be a sweep. It's sad to see this because, you know, although I don't agree with Devon Anderson on policy, but this is kind of like, as Michelle Obama said, you know, when people go low, others have to go high.
I'm glad you said that. Let me cut you off. I'm glad you said that because Kim Ogg has run some pretty harsh ads against Devon about some things that may have been out of her control. And for her to come back and answer this question the way she did, is it really fair for the public to be attacking Devon the way she is?
Well, I think the attacks were on policy, right? I mean, there was a rape victim that was jailed for 1 month to try to get testimony out of her, rather than finding a shelter, rather than finding some other means to keep that person in town. So that compared to you know, the statements that were made on a podcast that was supposed to be targeted just to conservative voters, where you're compartmentalizing it.
And talking about our orientation.
Yeah, look, it might have worked if we were in 1950s, but we're not. This is 2016. That's not going to work. Devon Anderson is going to lose this race, and Kim Ogg is going to be the next DA.
All right, let me go to Rita. She's monitoring our social media.
Yeah, let's start off with this. Is a picture that we're seeing all over Twitter, guys. It's pretty much a graphic of the two candidates side by side. There it is. Let's get right to the comments. Monica says, "We are better together." Devon Anderson's labeling of Kim Ogg was wrong. Harris County needs competent, inclusive DA to represent all. How about this one? Kim Ogg isn't playing a victim. She's doing her job. She's working for change, to change systemic oppression. And then we got this one, using the hashtag #BuyDevon. It's time to change, for a change rather, in the office. And then how about this one from E-Rock, who says, Houston, we've had a problem. It is Devon Anderson. So just some of the many comments that we have time to share, Chris.
You know, it may be that Devon is getting, some of these things were out of her control. The abortion case, I don't think was fair at all to attack Devon Anderson over that abortion case at all. The rape victim case may be a little bit different to be talking to her about a policy issue. But let's talk about the presidential race and its effect on Harris County.
Right. We know that Harris County is in danger of becoming blue or being blue during this election. And of course, when you have a lot of judicial races and races like this, the down ballot, a lot of people are worried about having someone like Donald Trump at the top and Hillary Clinton. Thank goodness there's such a distrust and dislike of both. It may not be the slaughter that he is predicting. I think people need to be careful about change, in particular with this race, because Kim Ogg has not prosecuted a case in over 22 years. And even though you cited certain issues that have been brought up by Kim Ogg in Devon's tenure, Devon stepped up to the plate. She's taken steps to correct issues and things that she's seen that has happened, and she has the credentials to do what she's doing.
The poll that came out by a university, local, I can't remember the name, local university. Who was
University of Houston.
That's right, University of Houston. It puts Kim Ogg up 7 points, and that was just last week that poll came out. Isn't that a direct reflection of what the presidential race is doing in Harris County? We got less than a minute.
I think what happened in that poll is it was before we found out the Soros was pumping in $500,000 into trying to buy a race. And I truly believe that Houstonians are going to reject that, because the one thing we've seen continually, we do not like people coming in and trying to buy a candidate.
What about that?
Well, look, the same people that criticize that generally will not want to turn Citizens United back. And so on the one hand, we want Citizens United when conservatives pour in money. We don't want Citizens United when progressives put in money. But at the end of the day, this election in Harris County is already baked in. Democrats are going to win across the board. What to watch out for is Fort Bend County. I think that's an exciting county to watch, because Hillary Clinton is potentially going to be able to carry Fort Bend County.
You're delusional.
That would be big news.
You're delusional.
Yeah,
I thought that would get her.
I'm going to have to go with Jackie on that one. I don't see Hillary Clinton carrying Fort Bend County, but we don't have time for that. We're going to leave it right there. We'll be back in what time? We're going to go to Facebook Live right now, and then we'll be back to wrap up this week in the election in about 20 minutes.
Hey, Fort Bend County, Harris County, we got you covered. All things elections. All right, guys, so we'll be seeing you in just a couple minutes. Hang tight. Don't go away.